Hello and welcome. Today I would like to talk about the profitable nonprofit. That might sound as a contradiction in terms, but it isn't. I recently had a conversation with one of my clients who was having a difficult time with her accountant. He had instructed her to invest excess revenue from her program into several IRAs because, according to him, her nonprofit couldn't show a profit at the end of the year. He convinced her by saying that putting the excess funds in these tax shelters would allow her to protect her organization's tax exemption recognition, or what is commonly known as a 501c3. One thing of which starting nonprofits should be very aware is that just because you're running a nonprofit doesn't mean you can't show a profit. The IRS is not out there waiting to snatch year-end surplus funds from you by penalizing or taxing the organization just because the organization is a charity. In fact, the IRS is conscious that, if not for nonprofits, our society would be a far cry from what it is today. Consider what our lives would be without the YM and WCAs, the United Way, the Red Cross, Boys and Girls Clubs, food banks, soup kitchens, youth sports organizations, homeless shelters, domestic violence shelters. You fill in the blank. These organizations pick up the slack in charitable, humanitarian, religious, and scientific work that is necessary for the furtherance of our quality of life, and our government knows that it cannot shoulder the expense for these valuable services. The IRS should be feared only if the motive for establishing the organization is to defraud the public. Their system of monitoring nonprofits is just that, a way to ensure that the public is well serviced by well-meaning, deserving, and well-run nonprofits. Ending a fiscal year with a respectable fund in the bank is a sign of good management and operational smarts. There are many good reasons for a nonprofit to end its fiscal year well into the black, not the least of which is to develop a sludge fund, or funds that will aid the organization to navigate during low-income periods. Other reasons may be that the organization wishes to expand its services, or purchase property, or move its operations, or pay for capacity building for its board and staff, or any number of reasons for which bona fide organizations need additional funding. The best thing a prospective nonprofit leader can do for him or herself is to become as educated as possible regarding the world of nonprofits. I would like to add a note. Just because someone is a good business person does not mean that their information is applicable to the world of nonprofits. In fact, I have worked with a board of directors consisting entirely of successful business persons and found that their conception of their capacity in business was an actual detriment to their decision-making in their nonprofit situation. I saw them pass up opportunities that other charities with which I work would have jumped at to secure. That same board of directors approached me a year later and asked if the opportunity was still available, but the window had closed. To this day, I don't think that they realize what a costly lesson that was. In summary, nonprofits can be profitable. The IRS exists to set guidelines and not to punish, and a business person's work ethics matter more than their business knowledge as it pertains to nonprofits. If you are thinking about starting a nonprofit, you should never get responsibly involved unless you are willing to invest a great deal of time learning new skills, dealing with new, unexpected, and sudden situations, and investing of yourself in the cause. On the plus side, if your cause is heartfelt, the rewards are indescribable, and your legacy could be boundless. This is Eliezer, consultant to nonprofits and resource to beginners. Until next time.